Hello everybody, welcome to the sizzling section by Gyanam. I am Piyush Sardana, your buddy English language teacher. So I welcome you all to today's class. The topic name today would be guidelines to solve a comprehension. By comprehension, what do I mean? In your language, it can be simply defined into a formation of a reading passage, or you must have understood the term unseen passage when you had read the comprehensions in the junior classes as well. Now, problem is, why are the comprehensions asked? There is one fact behind the comprehension study. It tests all the abilities of a person. How come? When I talk about a comprehension, anybody can test your reading skills. Anybody can test your adaptive skills. How well do you adapt to the circumstances or the passages given? For instance, I provide you a passage which comprises the economic abilities of India, followed by something, I provide you with it, something that showcases the poor classes of India, followed by that the GST status, then the insurance policies. So with this change in concepts and topics, my mind should not get diverted. Is my mind that adaptive that it can adapt to the circumstances that have been changing all throughout the comprehension? That is one way to check the comprehension. The second thing is retention. Comprehensions do have the ability to check your attentive ability. How attentive you are, how well you retain the stuff, and how well you remember when answering the questions. And the fourth and the foremost thing that we can say in the mind of a person would be some marks. Yes, of course, they want you to score marks or not score marks. That can be very well adaptively done by comprehension, because this seems easy. People think that इसको क्वेश्चन में से देखना है, पैसेज में से देखना और क्वेश्चन आंसर करना है. But the point that it narrates is reading between the lines. This is the first thing that I must say when talking about the comprehension. It is read between the lines. This idiom means you have to read between the lines to get the well-known meaning behind this. Actually, में deep understanding of the lines. इनके पीछे क्या वजह है? Like here we can read over is, reading and understanding a piece of text requires far more than a passive understanding of the words and sentences it contains. Yes, reading और understanding जो है ना, वो passive understanding of words sentences ज़्यादा, वो actually में ये important है. It requires active engagement with the text, क्वेश्चंस पूछना, फॉर्मुलेट करना, इवैल्यूएट करना हाइपोथेसिस, और रिफ्लेक्ट करना रिलेशनशिप एक पर्टिकुलर टेक्स्ट का बाकी टेक्स्ट और इंफॉर्मेशन के साथ, क्या वो एक्चुअली में रिफ्लेक्टिव है या नहीं. तो यस, टॉकिंग अबाउट द कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, देयर आर सम टिप्स टू एक्यूरेटली सॉल्व इंग्लिश रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन इन लेस टाइम. आई मस्ट से with as much as a little time. Now, the most effective way, you're talking about the most effective way to do that is to improve your reading speed and comprehension. Now, reading speed and comprehension, that you can just improve it out vocally, because talk about any kind of a newspaper thing or something like that, you talk about a magazine, a page or something like that, just get through that thing, read it out loudly, read it out wide and clear. It shall improve your memory, it shall improve your reading ability, and of course the pronunciation part too. Now it requires discipline. Yes, it requires discipline. It is not the fact that आज आपने पढ़ा, the next day you are skipping the fact, then finding that thing again. The rhythm is more important when you talk about a process. A process can generally be achieved by habitual things. So the discipline part is very important over here. But developing these skills will put you ahead of the pack. Of course, you're talking about the competition. जितना भी आपका competition है, that pack can be taken behind if you will, worry the thing out कि नहीं, मुझे comprehension अच्छे से पढ़ना है. So providing and presenting before you some tips to comprehension. Size of the task. This is one of the most important things when talking about a comprehension. Why so? I'll just narrate that thing out. Let us talk about a comprehension, a sample comprehension given to you. Now comprehensions are sometimes more vast when we talk about the mains examination. ये इतने ज़्यादा वास्ट होते हैं कि लोग साइज अप नहीं कर पाते हैं इसको. नाउ साइज अप डजंट मीन कि आपको अप करना है साइज. साइज अप का मतलब होता है जस्ट नरेट दैट थिंग ब्रीफ कॉज ऑफ कॉम्प्रिहेंशन. हाउ कम? साइज अप का मतलब पक्के पक्के फ्रेजेस पकड़ो. टॉक अबाउट द फ्रेजेस, है ना. कलेक्ट गुड फ्रेजेस, व्हिच मीन्स टॉक अबाउट अ कॉम्प्रीहेंशन, उस कॉम्प्रीहेंशन को पढ़ लो आप। वो कॉम्प्रीहेंशन पढ़ने के बाद क्या होगा, कॉम्प्रीहेंशन पढ़ने के बाद आप जस्ट उसको क्या कर सकते हैं, फ्रेजेस को पकड़ सकते हैं। टॉक अबाउट एडजेक्टिव्स, टॉक अबाउट नाउन्स, एडजेक्टिव्स, नाउन्स, इससे आपका सारा काम हो जाएगा। लीव बिहाइंड आपके प्रीपोजिशन, आर्टिकल, कंजंक्शन और हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स। मुझे क्या करना है, मेन को इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगी एडजेक्टिव और नाउन के फॉर्मुलेटेड पार्ट से, नॉट बाय दीज एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी थिंग्स दैट आई प्रेजेंट। So you need to size up the task, you need to find out which are the more important things that I can just prioritize my reading on. Ask questions, yes. Must clear this out. You must ask questions in your mind to yourself. Why so and how do you do so? Like, when I've already read the comprehension, I'm already done with the comprehension, I know one thing. I've read the comprehension, I know one thing from here. वो क्या है? कहता comprehension पढ़ने के बाद एक चीज़ तो ये है, इसके immediate बाद में I can ask questions or I can frame questions, and how many questions I can frame, that is just depending upon your mind, because I need to find out the possible questions. Yes, you need to find out the possible questions that can arise out of it. जितने भी possible questions हैं वो आपको find करने हैं. So ask questions in your mind. Read the comprehension. Ask the possible questions that can come around when you talk about a comprehension or you get in fact of a comprehension study. तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पड़ जाता है कि मान लो अगर मैं ही ऑथर होता, मैं ही फॉर्मुलेट करता क्वेश्चन, मैं कैसे करूं? बिकॉज फॉर्मुलेटिंग क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्स लॉट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस, एंड अगर ये चीज मैं करने लग गया तो मेरा दिमाग अगले 20-25 कॉम्प्रीहेंशन करने के बाद 26वां कॉम्प्रीहेंशन में अटेम्प्ट कर रहा हूं, मेरा दिमाग अपने आप उस फैक्ट पर जाएगा, इसमें से पॉसिबल क्वेश्चन बन सकता है, हाँ, क्योंकि आई हैव ऑलरेडी प्रैक्टिस्ड अ लॉट, नाउ माय माइंड विल गेट टू दिस फैक्ट वेरी स्ट्रिक्टली। ये वाला जो पॉसिबल क्वेश्चन वाला मुझे स्टैंजा लग रहा है ना, आई नीड नॉट स्किप इट आउट, मे बी शायद मेरी गट फीलिंग, विट और हंचेस मुझे फाइंड करा दे अगला एक आंसर जल्दी। तो यस, talk about the comprehension passage, formulate questions in your mind, ask the questions in your mind, what can be the possible questions that you come around when you're talking about a comprehension. So yes, this study boosts your confidence, this study gets you going into the facts, and you may score good marks when talking together. Moving on further, there is decrease sub-vocalization. Now, when I talk about sub-vocalization, this is very good. You know, the point which is misunderstood by people and is not even taken into consideration when reading a comprehension. How come? When I read, my eyes lead my voice. Yes, मेरी आंखें आगे चल रही होती, मेरी वॉइस पीछे रह जाती है अगर मैं जोर जोर की बोल। नो, आई कैन सी समथिंग जैसे डिक्रीज सब वोकलाइजेशन, मैं पढ़ पूरा पहले चुका हूँ, आई मीन टू से मेरा माइंड पूरा पहले ग्रास्प कर चुका है मीनिंग, पर जस्ट बिकॉज मेरी एक स्पीड है, बोलने की स्पीड है, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, तो हैव टू डिक्रीज सब वोकलाइजेशन, मन में पढ़ना सीखे। फोकस्ड रीडिंग इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन दिस वन, नीड टू अप्लाई द फोकस्ड reading pattern that you may come across when talking about the comprehension study. So yes, when talking about the sub-vocalization part, you need to limit that part. If you cannot just remove the part from your dictionary or from your practice, I must say one thing, you can just decrease the sub-vocalization part to as much as possible, because that will gain you confidence. So sub-vocalization, I have already told you कि आप जब comprehension को पढ़ते हैं, do not just get behind the fact, because एक part अभी आपने पढ़ा ना, which states size of the task, आपको सारी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ों पे फोकस रखना है ना, कि जो जो मेरे को लगता है फ्रेजेस पॉसिबल है, मैं तो वही फोकस रखूंगा, तो मेरा जो माइंड है ना वो इनडायरेक्टली इन नॉन इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ों को, नॉन इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द कॉम्प्रीहेंशन पार्ट, इनको अपने आप स्किप करता जाएगा कि ये तो पढ़ना नहीं है, ये तो पढ़ना नहीं, ये तो पढ़ना नहीं। तो लेकिन अगर आप सब वोकलाइजेशन रखेंगे, आप साथ साथ बोलते रहेंगे तो आपकी आंखें आगे चले जाएंगी, आपका माइंड रह जाएगा, और आपके लिए वो चीज सेटल करना वुड बी, so adhere from that. Moving on further to the next part, read group of words. Yes. कलेक्शन प्लेज एन इंपॉर्टेंट रोल, ये लिख रहा हूं आपके लिए। Collection plays an important role. Yes, this is absolutely true. How come? Let's say got good ability to just find the things out. Let's say there is a comprehension about some NGO doing some tasks all around. Let's say NGO has done this. NGO has focused on the prioritized study. और आगे जाकर मैं पढ़ता हूँ कहीं और NGO लिखा है और यहाँ पर एनजीओ ने अटेन किया है कोई रैंक, अटेन किया है गुड ग्रेड, लेट्स ना। लेकिन बीच में जो बात हो रही थी वो किसकी हो रही थी? बीच में जो बात हो रही थी लेट्स से किसी जगह की एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटी, राइट। नाउ माय माइंड शुड बी फास्ट इनफ टू अडैप्ट इट। यार एनजीओ की बात हो रही है, अब एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर है, नहीं नहीं रुक जा आगे भी एनजीओ दिख रहा है। यू नो योर माइंड शुड बी सबमिसिव इन दिस फैक्ट कि अगर मेरे को कोई चीज दिख रही है ना, मैंने उसको पकड़ लेनी है। I can see NGO written over here. Why can't I just combine the further NGO process with it so that I get the good response approach over there? So when you read the group of words na, that allows you to have a broader meaning of a comprehension in the mind, the relative links of that thing. जितना ज्यादा किसी के बारे में बताया होगा एटलीस्ट एक क्वेश्चन तो आएगा। तो ये चीज आपको दिमाग में जरूर रखनी है कि अगर मैं एक क्वेश्चन भी कर पाऊं नरेटिव वर्ड्स का तो व्हाई नॉट, दैट विल बूस्ट योर कॉन्फिडेंस when talking about a comprehension, right? Now following by this you have to use a pointer. When you use a pointer, that gives you immense point that you have to narrate the same thing time and again when talking about a comprehension. I'll just talk about my question, narrate my pointer to a fact that I have to go there, and this makes the complete sense of finding the answers from the same stanza of a comprehension. So my question allows me to get a glimpse view of the same fact that I need to find the answer somewhere here. Next we follow is expand your vocabulary. See, vocabulary will give you immense amount of approach, right? You talk about vocabulary sessions, you'll get the immense amount of approach, but yes, you need to enhance it not overnight but gradually. That is a point that you need to understand. Now recall games, these are very important things. These may help you out when talking about a comprehension altogether. Recall the memories that are there in your mind, just narrate them out and you just get going. So recall games are important because you help memorize the things that you might come across the comprehension. And the last point over here, which is the most important point, set goals and track your progress. You need to set your goals, you need to track your progress. Once you track your progress, you are onto the complete segment of answering all the comprehension. This may be done after attempting at least 20 to 25 comprehension. So my point to you is, do not skip the things out. When you are attempting a comprehension, never allow your conscience into the fact that कि ये चीज तो मुझे आती है, I will just grasp it और मैं comprehension सीख गया. No, never. These are ideally unattractive things. ये बार बार आएंगे, नए होकर आएंगे, तो जितनी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे उतनी कम है. So stay tuned for my further lectures too. I'll guide you the solving comprehension practice by some examples. Have a blessed day. Thank you.